What is good? So we're back and we are heading into the off season. As you know, we completed the perfect season, 138 to 28. So the plan going forward is to keep some pieces and let some pieces go. That's kind of my thing. If we can win with the younger pieces, I think that'll be the time to walk away from this franchise going forward. If it takes a few seasons or something like that, whatever. So we made $61.1 million. A lot of people want to come to Tennessee and watch us play. So we need to sign a new DC. So, Nick Saban's out there. That's interesting. So we got Jeff Fisher at head coach still. Crazy enough. So in this alternate universe, he made it work with Vince Young. So we at least have that. Mike Singletary is going to be our DC. And I believe he was. No, wait. He may or may not have been our DC before. I'm not sure. Anyway, we're losing to Monty Toomer. He's retiring. 79 speed. So it is what it is. But he was decent for us. I mean, hey, consistent numbers. Those are pretty consistent numbers to me. He was a reliable target, on third downs. He made a lot of big-time catches for us. So I'm glad I could get a Monty Toomer a ring before he heads out. Kerry Collins is hanging it up, too. We sent him over. He played 1 year with the Browns. He said that's it. 34 speed. It was like 43 when we got him, so think about how slow he is now. My goodness. So Derek Mason, Marvin Harrison, Terry Glenn, Toomer already said. A couple Johnson guys. Rofe is calling it a career. Tate, he had a career-ending injury. Orlando Brown Sr. Let's see who else. Bryant Young. Brenson Buckner. Derek Brooks is calling it a career, too. Teddy Bruschi, Randall Godfrey, Earl Holmes, and McKinnon. So Washington's losing a lot of middle linebackers. Those are all the old heads we had to play in the Super Bowl. Rodney Harrison's calling it a career. Matt Stover. Before Justin Tucker, y'all, there was Matt Stover for the Ravens. He was pretty reliable. Didn't have Justin Tucker's kick power, but, hey, he made his kicks. I will say that. We're going to let Paulie walk. His contract's up. We're going to let Hentrich walk, but we're thinking about bringing him back. Travis Henry, we are going to bring back on 1 years until I think that he's regressed to a point I don't want to bring him back. Brandon Marshall, we are going to play now. We're going to use him a lot, so we are bringing him back. I do want to bring in Elvis Dumerville, to have some depth at D-line. I don't know how much he's going to play. I didn't know he was 5'11". I thought he was taller than that. That's crazy. Undersized edge rusher, and he was a baller in his day, Elvis Dumerville. So Kevin Mawa, I don't know why he's holding out. He's an old man. He's about to retire, but we'll pay him anyway. There you go. Restructured deal. And if you want to sail off into the sunset after this coming year, then you can go and do so. Travis Henry, like I said, he's going to come back on a 1 year. I don't know. This might be the last one. I don't know. So here's the 4 we're going to let walk. McPherson, Odom, Scaife, and Cody Douglas. Bo Scaife was good, but since Troop is balling too, I figure why not keep Troop, and then we'll have to get a second tight end. Newberry and Aldridge are both going to get released. We're going to trade Chris Brown to the Raiders, and we are going to get Thomas Howard in exchange. So, C. Breezy, man, you know how to run it. You were good, but, yeah, we got to get you out of here, man. We don't want to sit you and not play you. We want to do right by you. So Peter Sermon, we're going to send him to the Skins. I know we sent Thompson over there. We're going to send Peter Sermon over there. We got the 31st overall pick in the draft. So we got a first out of Peter Sermon, and I'm ready to roll with Stephen Tulloch. In real life, that's what happened. Stephen Tulloch turned into a decent middle linebacker. Then he slid over to the Titans. Not the Titans, the Lions afterwards. Kellen Clemens is going to be QB3 because we let McPherson walk. And then I can't remember all of our other targets. But we get Craig Hentrich. He's coming back on a 1 year again. Should just sign him to a 1 year anyway. And then we get Kellen Clemens. And we're just going to go through. Big Ben is going to be the quarterback for the Chiefs. Jake Delhomme, he's coming to the division to go to the Houston Texans. Philip Rivers to the Panthers. So the Chargers are going to have a new QB. Drones to the Jets. Aldridge goes to the Lions. Deion Branch to the Giants. TJ Hushmanzada and Corin Robinson going to New England. Andre Johnson staying at Texans. Stallworth to the Chargers. Ooh, that's interesting. Kinney's going to the Jaguars, so he's back in the division. Former Titan. Oh, before this series, he was a Titan. We'll put it that way. So let's see, anything else notable? Kreutz to the Bengals. Matt Burke to the Colts. Weigman back to the Chiefs. Doesn't look like anything of surprise yet. Jansen left the Redskins for the Jaguars, it looks like. Bertrand Berry's going to the Jags. So they got a stacked defensive line. If they still got Stroud and Henderson and Hayward and whatnot, they got a stacked line right there. LeVar Arrington to the Colts. Jamie Sharper to the Texans. Ray Lewis is going to the ATL to be on the Falcons. Lofa Tupu to the Saints. See, Takeo Spikes, Colts. Cato June and Colvin to the Bills. Tommy Pauly, our former linebacker, he's going to go within the division to the Texans. Interesting. Darren Sharper, Lawyer Malloy. And then a lot of times these kickers switch teams up every couple years. But Baronis, he's probably going to be a Titan for life because he's doing what he needs to do. RIP. And so let's see the punters. Just switching teams. So, yeah. Patrick Kearney to the Chargers. That's big, too. We'll have to worry about him. He's on the Falcons. So, we're going to try to get some picks and move them around. We're trading a third and a sixth for a fourth. That doesn't really make much sense, but that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get some of these picks out of here. Calico, a first and a fourth, are going to the Saints to get a first-round pick, so we could trade up. I like this running back right here. They said 4.29, Carter. It's not 4.24, so we can't get Chris Johnson. 5'11", 230 is not Chris Johnson or Chris Johnson-like, but I think that this Carter guy, he could be a duo. You know, whenever Travis Henry's ready to roll, we got Lendale White and this guy. Because this guy looks like he's faster than Lendale White, and he's in better shape. So, showing our team needs. We were scouting some guys. These are the guys we scouted. Atkinson, Carter, and Woodson. Atkinson and Carter, I want to take with those top two picks, 26 and 31 respectively. And then other than that, you know, it'll just be need-based. So we do get Carter with pick 26. And I guess there's trades after and whatnot. I will say one thing. We are starting to draft more in these franchises, which is good. Atkinson right there. We're going to take him. So we got both our guys. We got Atkinson and Carter. Atkinson, he'll probably be Tulloch's backup unless he is, I don't know, hands down way better than him, which he could be. So I was looking at tight ends. Nelson from Bucknell FCS school and McKenzie from A&M. McKenzie, 6'6", 270. That's like a Martellus Bennett, Rob Gronkowski, like that kind of frame. You see what I'm saying? Now I don't know if he's going to be Gronk, per se, but I mean 4'6", 419 shuttle. I mean, he's pretty quick for 270, run a 419 shuttle. So we're going to take him, and he's going to be our second tight end. So we got like a Gronk-type player. I mean, that's a big statement, but that's the comparison we're going to roll with. So we get him second round. We're going to get a guard here. I'm looking at these guys right now, and I'm just comparing their times, seeing what they say. I mean, it's all very similar times and whatnot, but we're going to go with that guy. And then Perez is just our last pick. So he's like the Mr. Irrelevant, sort of. So we're going to end up signing these guys, and they have some pretty good features right here. Carter got 95 speed. I think Atkinson got 80-something speed, too. Yeah, 82 speed, 71 strength, 83 acceleration. What's his tackle? 88 tackle for a rookie. That's pretty good for a middle linebacker. There we go. McKenzie, 80 speed, 76 strength. What's his catch? 81 catch. We'll take it. Okay. And then Wilson, I mean, this is just a backup guard, to be honest, because we still got Benji and Pillar. Benji Olsen and Zach Pillar. Perez, I mean, this dude's 57 overall. I probably should have just signed bro to a 1 year, to be honest. Maybe we'll throw him in a trade package later in the season or something like that, because I don't know if we're done trading. Because we did do a salary dump. We let go of some guys. The Calico one, I think, is going to hurt. The Sermon one, that sucks, but the Calico one hurt me the most because Tyrone Calico is actually starting to come into his own. He never really panned out from what I found on Google, but like he was really starting to come into his own with us. I mean, he had a great game in the Super Bowl, so yeah. So we get Chris Wilson and Michael Bully in the part 2 of free agency. So we'll go ahead and go through this. Carson Palmer's going to the Bills. What? And then this guy's a rookie. Nobody, I guess whoever drafted him, cut him because he's a first-round pick out of Maryland, and they just cut him. So the Steelers picked him up. David Garrard to the Eagles, so he's not Leftwich backup anymore. See anything else interesting that jumps out? Ryan Fitzpatrick to the Colts. That is pretty interesting. Jamal Lewis staying with the Falcons. He had already moved over there anyway. Kevin Barlow to the Jags. Darren Sproles to the Texans. That'll be interesting. Hoover to the Patriots. Jason McKee to the Vikings. Is that the Bradley? I can't. It went too fast. If that's the Bradley that the Bears had, I'm surprised they got rid of him because he was Rookie of the Year. It might be somebody else. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I don't think we have anything else necessarily to show. I'm just going to go ahead and show the rest of these free agency signings, and then I'll wrap it up at the tail end, about what we're looking for going into Season 4. We're almost caught up, by the way. We've just started Season 4 as of right now making this video, so we're almost caught up, y'all. So, yeah, that is that. Odom goes to the 49ers, our former defensive end. So we got some guys on other teams. Most of our guys get picked up from what I've seen. So here is the updated depth chart. We're going to go with Henry, White, and Carter for now, but all of them are going to play. Givens, Bennett, Jones, Marshall, Bobby Wade, Courtney Roby. Chris Wilson will be our third tight end. We still got our line, 90s across the board. Vandenbosch and Howry, Hainsworth and Stark still in the interior. David Thornton. Atkinson is starting for now, but we're going to put Tulik as the starter right now. Bullock with Sean Phillips and Thomas Howard behind him. Pac-Man Jones, Dre Bly, Nick Harper, Waddell, Martinez, Sean Taylor and Vincent Fuller, Hope and Nicky. So secondary still looks the same as last year. So, yeah, that's how we're going to roll. And Carter will be our third down back. So we are going to up his carrying and break tackle and agility. We're going to give him scores all around just to balance him out. This guy, McKenzie, we're going to give him his catching and acceleration because, he doesn't really need the jump. He's 6'6". He's going to be playing above the rim anyway. So, yeah, that is that. And then I'm just showing Atkinson, a couple highlights of him. Hit stick on Travis Henry, doing chase and tackle, trying to get him some points. And he's just delivering hit sticks, showing us the physical capabilities of his game. So, yeah, I'm excited. Even if, I don't know, Tulik's going to start most likely, and then Atkinson will be the backup. But I think Atkinson, if something happens to Tulik or we want to trade Tulik after this year if he does really well, we got a guy who's ready to go. And Atkinson, he can be ready to go on special teams. He can run down on kickoff and hit stick somebody. So we're going to give him agility and awareness because his tackle's already 88.